Recording in progress.
Right. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, guys. Good evening, good evening. Can you hear me? Can you see the screen? Can you please respond in the chat? Yes. Very, very good evening, guys. Very, very good evening. All right. So let us start our session here today. All right, guys. So before starting our session, let us try to have a very, very small and a quick recap of the concept which we had covered in our yesterday's class. So, guys, yesterday we have started discussing about exception handling, and we had seen what is the difference between an error and an exception. What is actually an error? How many types of errors are there? Like 3 types of errors are there. What are those? Compile time errors, runtime errors, and logical errors. How many types of exceptions are there? Like checked exceptions and unchecked exceptions. And I already told you guys, like always guys, always, that is every Java exception, always an exception occurs inside a what? Occurs inside a exactly either a method or else inside a block, and always an exception occurs at runtime only. And yes, some exceptions are detected at compilation time and some exceptions are detected at runtime. The exceptions which are detected at compilation time are known as like checked exceptions, which are detected by the Java compiler, and the exceptions which are detected by the JVM at runtime are known as unchecked exceptions. And yes, those are detected by the JVM. All these particular concepts we had covered in our yesterday's class. And I told you, yes, what is actually exception handling techniques. And exception handling in the sense like exception handling means not removing or resolving an exception. We are providing an alternative way to continue the flow of execution, like to continue the flow of program. We have already told this, discussed that particular definition also. And I told you, yes, we can handle an exception by using try catch finally. Inside the try block, we need to write the suspicious code. Inside the catch block, we need to handle the exception which occurred inside the try block, and after that finally block, always it will be getting executed. So these are all the concepts which we had covered in our yesterday's class. Now today, guys, we'll be trying to go a little bit more in-depth information about exception handling. Okay, now please observe here. Okay, guys, let me try to have a method void method one, and here system.out.println 10 and system.out.println 20 and system.out.println 30. Okay. Now, for example, guys, you need to concentrate correctly, please. Please concentrate correctly. Please concentrate correctly. Okay. Guys, is my voice clear for everyone? Is my voice clear for everyone? Yes, it is clear. It is clear. Okay, Suresh, from my end, it is clear, buddy. From my end, it is clear. Kindly please check your volume button. Okay. All right. All right. Now, guys, please concentrate. Please concentrate correctly. Okay. Now, here, just let me try to call my method new class A dot a method one. That's it. And yes, if I execute my program, I'm going to get my output that is 10, 20, and 30. Yes, you already know this. Am I right or wrong? Yes, we already know the output. For example, guys, for example, if I'm giving 20 by 0, I will be getting an exception. I'll be getting an exception, right? Yes or no? Please respond. Please respond. Yes, I'll be getting an exception. And that exception is arithmetic exception. Now, we need to handle that exception. Now, here, most of the time, like if I am in your situation, I'll be getting a doubt. That is, sir, if by 20, like 20 by 0, we are getting an exception. Why don't we write 2? If we write 2, there will not be any exception. Am I right or wrong? Yes, there will not be any exception. Why can't we change our data like that? Why you are writing 0? Why you are writing 0? Did you got the doubt, guys? Why we are raising an exception? Yes. I need you to please respond, guys. Today, I want you to please be active in the class today. Please. Okay. Now, here, guys, for example, let me try to take input from the user. If I want to take input from the user, which class I need to take? Which class I need to use? Scanner class. Very good, Suma. I'm impressed. Okay, SCANNER, new scanner. And here I'm just writing SOSTM system.in, and just let me try to have a reference equal to SC belongs to SCNNER, new scanner. And here, just let me try to import that scanner. That is java.util.scanner. And here I'll be asking the user system.out.println, please enter, please enter the number. I'm asking the user to enter the number, and whatever the number which is entered by the user, I am accepting in nextInt method. Can I write like this, guys? Can I write the code like this? For example, if I execute my program, okay, first 10, okay, this is this 10, and I'm asking the user to enter the number. Now, whatever the number which is entered by the user will be taken as an input by this nextInt method, and it is going to return the same number. Means, for example, if user entered 2, fine. Or else if user entered 4, okay, then 20 by 4, that is our output is 5. That would be great. Am I right or wrong, guys? Guys, please tell me. What if user entered 0? Now there is an exception. Are you understanding me, guys? Please tell me. Yes, means there will be some scenarios where we cannot avoid exceptions. There will be getting an exceptions. As simple as this. Okay. So Parvesh, if you're asking if 3 we give, you please check the 3. I mean input, Parvesh. Please check the input 3 and tell me what happens. Right? Now, guys, please observe here. Parvesh, can you do that for me? Yes or no? Yes, do it and tell me. Right. Now, guys, for example, right now in this particular line of code, in this particular method, can you please tell me what is the suspicious code? malicious code. Tell me the line number. Tell me the line number. Exactly. Guys, I told you, I want you to be, please be active. Please be active today, please. What is the line number? Line number 12. This is suspicious code, right? So what I told you guys, inside the try block, we need to write the suspicious code I told you, right? Okay, first, let me try to write all the blocks. Try block. After that, catch block. First, let me try to write all the blocks. Okay, try block, catch block. After that, finally, finally block, like this. I have written all the 3 blocks. Now, guys, I told you, like, we can handle an exception. We can handle an exception by using what? By using try, catch, and finally. So I have written all the 3 blocks. All the 3 blocks. Now, inside the try block, which code I need to write, guys? Inside the try block, I need to write the suspicious code. Okay, like this. Let me just try to write this statement also here. Okay, and I just want to write one more code inside the try block. One more code inside the try block, that is system.out.println, system.out.println, try block executd, try block executed. Now, guys, yesterday we have written exception hierarchy, and I told you every exception is actually a class. Did I tell you that? Every exception is a class. Yes. Now, basically, here at line number 15, what is the exception we are getting? What is the name of the exception we are getting? Name of the exception is arithmetic exception, right? So, guys, inside the catch block, what we need to do? Inside the catch block, we need to handle an exception which occurred in the try block. So inside the try block, what is that exception? Name of the exception which is occurring inside the try block. Exactly, arithmetic exception. So here, let me try to catch that arithmetic exception. Just E. This is class. This is the reference. Okay. Now here system.out.println, simply I'm writing catch block executd, catch block executed. And here I'm writing system.out.println, finally finally, finally block executd, finally block executed, like that. Finally block executed. Okay. Now, right now, guys, please do remember, actually, if there is no exception, we should be getting this 30 also. Am I right or wrong? Fine. We should be printing that 30 also. But as there is an exception, the program got terminated. Right now, let us check, are we going to get this 30 as our output or not? Let us check. Okay. Right click, run as Java application. Please enter the number. I'm entering. Okay. I'll be entering 4, guys. 4. Okay. Now, answer my question. Is try block executed? Is try block executed? Upendra, follow the concept. Follow the concept, please. Is try block executed? Yes. Try block got executed. Is catch block executed? Is catch block executed? No. No. Catch block did not got executed. Why catch block did not got executed? Guys, catch block will be executed only if there is an exception inside the try block. Are you understanding me, guys? Catch block will be executed. Catch block will be executed only if there is an exception inside the try block. If there is no exception inside the try block, catch block will never get executed. If there is no exception occurred inside the try block, catch block will never get executed. Why did not come? Is my internet connection on? Just a second. Yeah, it's on. Okay, one more time. One more time. I think it's having a problem here. So I'm trying. Okay. If there is no exception occurred inside the try block, then catch block will never gets executed. Will never gets executed. Okay, guys. Right. Just like a small note kind of point. Okay. So catch block will be executed only if there is an exception inside the try block. If there is no exception occurred, inside the try block, then catch block will never gets executed. Will never gets executed. Just a second. Okay. Now it's clear, guys. Please tell me, is it clear? Right. Now, my second question to you is, guys, finally block executed? Finally block executed? Yes. Now, in my program, is there any exception? In my program, is there any exception? No, there is no exception, but finally block got executed. Okay. Now, let me just try to generate an exception. Okay. Now, if I want to give an exception, I'm trying to give 0. Now, guys, catch block executed? Catch block executed or not? Yeah, just now. That's what I told you. Right? Yes. Now, what about finally block, guys? What about finally block? Finally block also is getting executed. Am I right or wrong? Yes. Irrespective of the exception, finally block will always gets executed. Irrespective of the exception, finally block will always gets executed. Okay. Finally block is used to close the resources. Close the resources or connections. Finally block. Okay, guys, it is used to close the resources or connections. You will be understanding more about this use of this finally block in your JDBC, that is Java Database Connectivity. You'll be understanding that. Okay, so right now, guys, please tell me right now, did you got an idea about, what is the use of try block, what is the use of catch block, and what is the use of finally block, guys? Please tell me. Yes or no? Yes, yes, yes. That is great. That is great. So, guys, I got a question from Srinivas. So Srinivas saying, sir, I mean, scanner is also there, right? Guys, scanner is also a resource. Can we close that inside the finally block? Sc dot close. Yes. Yes, we can close that. We can close that. So resource will be getting closed even though there is an exception or not. I already told you. Did you remember that? It is always good programming practice to close the connections I told you. Yes. As simple as this. As simple as this. Now, guys, please do me a favor. First, write this program. First, write this program. Be fast. I want you to please be fast. Okay, Nilesh, we are not guessing scanner as a resource. Okay, it is a resource. Like scanner is used to open a connection between Java program and your keyboard, right? So we are not guessing. It is a resource. Basically, it is a resource. Guys, I want you to please write the comments also. Please write the comments also. Go with the comments also, please. Umesh, wait for the entire topic to be completed. Then you'll be getting a clear idea, Umesh. Okay. Please wait for the topic to be completed. Okay, Rajarao is asking me a question that is, sir, is catch block catching the exception anywhere in the program or only appeared inside the try block? Rajarao, catch block will able to catch the exception only if it is occurred in the try block. Okay, not anywhere inside the program. Rajarao, is it clear? Now, I got one more interesting question from Naresh. That is, sir, if we don't know the name of the arithmetic exception, which exception should be writing here? Yes, wait for that answer, Naresh. Please wait for the answer, okay? By the end of our today's session only, you will be understanding that. Okay, Naresh? Guys, please inform if it is completed. Is it done? Is it done? One more minute. One more minute. Just one more minute. Be fast. Be fast. Right. Right. All right, guys. I hope it's completed. I hope it's completed. Okay, guys. Now, let me remove this. Guys, is it done? Is it done? Okay, guys, you are getting some lot of questions there in exceptions. I advise you to please wait for the entire topic to be completed. Okay, just please wait entire topic to be completed. Once the topic is completed, then you will be understanding that, like, all your doubts will be resolved. Please wait for it. Please wait for it. Okay, now I'm removing this. I'm removing this. Let me remove all these particular concepts also. Okay. So, guys, right now, just a second. Yes. Right now, you know how to handle an exception. Okay. For example, guys, simply, just let me try to write a method. Okay. Void, sorry, SYSO 10. After that, SYSO 20 by 0 and system.out.println 30. System.out.println 30. Okay. Now try block. Inside the try block, I need to write the suspicious code. Okay. Now system.out.println, I'm writing try block executd. Try block executed. After that, I'm writing catch block, and here I'm writing arithmetic exception E, and here simply I'm writing system.out.println catch block executed, catch block executd, catch block executed, and I'm trying to write finally, finally, finally block also, finally block also. And here, okay, system.out.println, I'm writing finally block executd, finally block executed. Okay. So right now, if I execute my program, am I going to get this try block executed? Yes or no? Try block executed, yes or no? Manoj, you are not listening to the class. Manoj, Srinivas Reddy, no. Please be attentive. I requested you, please be attentive. Try block executed, it will be printed. At line number 11, we will be getting an exception. Am I right or wrong? Line number 11, we will be getting an exception. Okay. After that, once an exception generated, automatically catch block will be getting executed. After that, finally block. So right now we will be getting our output, that is 10, try block executed, catch block executed, finally block executed, and 30. Right? Now, guys, everyone got how we are getting this output? Please tell me. Okay. Now my question is, guys, it would be nice to display exception information also to the user. Am I right or wrong? Okay, we are writing catch block is getting executed. Okay, catch block is getting executed. Fine, I'm not saying no for that. But it would be great if you are displaying the exception information also to the user, like which exception occurred, which line it occurred, what is the name of the exception, what is the reason of the exception. Am I right or wrong? But here we are not displaying any kind of exception information to the user. We are just handling the exception, that's it. How do we know that? How do we justify that we are handling the exception? Can you please tell me? How do we justify that we are handling the exception? How do you know that we have handled the exception successfully? No. How do you know that we are handling the exception successfully? Tell me. No. 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 See, yeah, catch block executed. That is okay, but there should be one more small. Exactly. I got the answer from Raghava. I got the answer from Raghava. Guys, without handling an exception, is this going to be getting executed? Tell me. Did you understand, guys, what I'm trying to ask here? Okay, guys, you are, see, if you are writing try catch finally, it is not mandatory that every time an exception will be occurring. Okay, if you are writing simply try catch finally, it is not that you are handling an exception. You are writing exception handling techniques. Guys, writing exception handling technique is different. Handling an exception is different. Handling an exception means even though there is an exception in your program, the program is not getting terminated. Tell me, yes or no? So we can say that we have successfully handled an exception because we got our output 30. Am I right? Now, what I want to say is, okay, fine, you have handled the exception, but it would be great if you print some exception information to the user. Right. Now, guys, tell me one thing. Okay, Nikhil, you're confused. Why you are confused, Nikhil? Why you are confused? Can you please tell me? What, I mean, where you got confused, tell me. Handling an exception? Means? Can you please unmute Nikhil? You can unmute Nikhil. Yeah, tell me, Nikhil. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Nikhil? No, your mic is not working, buddy. No, your mic is not working. Please arrange a proper mic, Nikhil, so that we can have a conversation. Okay. So, guys, I believe you understand the concept, right? Now, what I want to say is, I want to display exception information to the user. Okay. Now, guys, please tell me, what is the super class for all the classes? What is the super class for all the Java classes? Object. Very good. Very good. What is the super class for all the errors and exceptions? What is the super class for all the errors and exceptions? Throwable. Throwable, right? Throwable. What is the super class for all the exceptions? What is the super class for all the exceptions? Exception. Okay. Now, guys, I told you all these are Java classes. Am I right or wrong? Yes. Now, in throwable, if there are some methods, in throwable class, there are some methods. Okay. According to inheritance concept, all these will be child classes for throwable. Can child classes access throwable class methods? Can child classes access throwable class methods? Of course, 100%. Guys, child class can access parent class methods. Yes. Now, please observe here. Please observe here. I am trying to write system.out.println E. What is this E, guys? E is the arithmetic exception reference. Okay. E dot get message. E dot get message. Now, guys, this get message method is present in which class? This get message method is present in which class? Exactly. Get message method. Get message method is present in throwable class. Okay. Now please observe the output. Right click, run as Java application. What is this get message printing, guys? What is that get message method printing? Reason of the exception. Why the exception occurred? Why? Because you are dividing a number by 0. Did you understand what is the use of this get message method? Get message method will print the reason of the exception. Okay. Now, just like get message, we are having one more method, that is E dot toString method. ToString method. Guys, ToString method is also present in throwable class. Basically, ToString method is present inside object class, which has been overridden in throwable class. What this ToString method will be doing? Can you please observe and tell me? Okay, I'll just keep this in comment. I'll just keep this in comment. Okay. Tell me. ToString method. What ToString method will print? ToString method will print the name of the exception along with the reason. Am I right or wrong? Name of the exception along with the reason of the exception. Name plus reason of the exception will be printed. Name of the exception along with the reason of the exception will be printed by this toString method. It is also present inside this throwable. Okay. Now, finally, there is one last method that is e dot print stack trace method. E dot print stack trace method. This method, it will give the complete information about the exception. Complete, full information. Please observe here. Right click, run as Java application. What is the name of the exception, guys? Name of the exception, reason of the exception, at which line the exception occurred, in which method that exception occurred. You are calling that method from which method, and that calling method also line number. Did you understand here, guys? Please tell me. Now, did you understand why I have written e dot print stack trace method when I am dealing with multi-threading? Did you understand this, guys? The reason why we will be writing e dot print stack trace method, guys, this is most commonly used way to display the exception messages. Most commonly used way to display the exception messages. In how many ways we can display the exception messages? In how many ways, guys? By using get message, toString, and print stack trace method, 3 ways. Okay, but in order to get the complete information about the exception, most commonly we will be using this print stack trace method. I hope it's clear, guys. Is it clear? Right. Now, this print stack trace method is also present in throwable class, which is highly recommended. So if anyone asks you in how many ways we can display exception information to the user, in how many ways, guys? 3 ways. That is print stack trace method, toString method, get message method. I hope it's clear, guys, for everyone. Okay. Now I'm having one more small doubt. Just small doubt. For example, guys, for instance, instead of arithmetic exception, I'm trying to write null pointer exception. Okay. Instead of writing arithmetic exception, I'm trying to write null pointer exception. Right click, run as Java application. Now my question is my exception handled? Is my exception handled? No. Very good. How do you know that my exception is not handled? How do you know that my exception is not handled? Because 30 is not printed. 30 is not printed, right? Guys, finally block, always it will be getting executed. Irrespective of an exception. Exception is there or not, that does not matter. Finally block, always it will be getting executed. But here, we did not got our 30. So exception is not handled. Sir, but we have written exception handling techniques. Yes. Guys, can you please tell me why our exception is not handled? Why our exception is not handled? Can you please tell me? Because guys, which exception occurred in our program? Tell me the name of the exception. Which exception occurred in our program? Arithmetic exception. Which exception you are catching? Which exception you are trying to handle? Null pointer exception. Both exceptions are different. So that is the reason exception is not handled. Now here you may get a question, like you may get a doubt. Sir, how do we know which exception occurs? Actually, there are literally thousands of exceptions are there. How do we know? Okay, you are experienced and you are understanding which exception we will be getting. But what about us? How do we know that? In that scenario, what we need to do? Okay, guys. See, let me be very frank with you guys. Let me be very frank with you. You will not be knowing, or else you will not be able to identify which type of exception occurs until you went into a project. In a real-time scenario only, you will be able to understand that which type of exception you will be under, like which type of exception you are arising there. After at least 2 to 3 years of experience, then you will be able to get that. But in the meantime, how we need to do this? How we need to do this? Guys, please check this. Instead of writing null pointer exception, I am writing exception. Okay. Instead of writing null pointer exception, I'm writing exception. Now you know that exception is the super class for all the exceptions. Am I right or wrong? All the exceptions, right? If you write exception here, every exception will be handled. Every exception will be handled. Okay. Every exception will be handled. Not at all trouble. But a good programmer always try to handle whatever the exception which that is raised in his program, so that he will be understanding, okay, at this particular line, we may get a null pointer exception. At this particular line, we may get an arithmetic exception, like that. Did you understand the concept, guys? Yes. Yes. Do me a favor. Can you please have this program for me? Anchal, I told you. What I told you, Anchal? Buddy? Did you remember what I told? Guys, please have this program along with the comments. And guys, I'm requesting you, exception handling topic is not completed. Not completed. Please wait until the topic is done. After completion of the topic, then you can ask me a question. Okay? Can you do that for me, Anchal? Wait for it, please. Wait for it, buddy. Wait. How many times? Okay. One more time I'm saying you. Exception handling topic is not completed. Please wait until the topic is done. Guruvaya. Guruvaya, Rupali. Please hold your questions, guys. Please hold your questions. Write the program for me, please. A lot of important points are there, guys, in exception handling. Key points are there. Not yet done. Come on, come on, come on. Be fast, be fast. Suma, why we are using get message under system.out.println statement means The return type of get message is string. Okay, Suma, the return type of get message is string. That is the reason we are trying to print that. And when you are speaking about return type of print stack trace method, that is not string, that is void. That is void. So if you are like, you already know that void methods, we cannot print them. Am I right or wrong? Yes. And if you are speaking about toString method also, string. So as the return type is string, we are trying to print them under system.out.println statements. Okay, Suma? Good, good. Please, please. Guys, please inform if it is completed. I want you to be fast. Be fast, be fast. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Very good, Ahmed. Yeah, just a second, Ravi. Just a second. One more minute. One more minute. Just one more minute. And done. Done. Done, guys. Done, done, done. I hope it's completed. Is it done? Right. Right, right, right. Okay. Now. Right, right. Okay. Now. In exception handling, there are some key points are there. Key points in exception handling. Key points in exception handling. Okay. So point by point, I'll be trying to explain you. I need your concentration, guys, please. Just a second. Just a second. Sujay. కొంచెం వాటర్ ఉన్నా.
Sound.
వాటర్. Right. Now, key points in exception handling. Permission granted. Oh, I did not kept the mic in mute. Okay, fine. I thought I had kept the mic in mute. Okay. Now, point number 1, first point. Guys, are you listening? Please tell me. Respond in the chat. Please respond in the chat. Yes. Point number 1. Always inside the try block, we need to write minimum code. Always inside the try block, we need to write minimum code. Point number 2. Whenever there is an exception occurred inside the try block, compiler will immediately shift to catch block. Whenever there is an exception occurred inside the try block, compiler will immediately shift to catch block. The code which is present after the exception inside the try block will not be executed by the compiler. The code which is present after the exception inside the try block will not be executed by the compiler. Why it will not be executed by the compiler? Because whenever there is an exception, if an exception occurred inside the try block, compiler will immediately shift to catch block. For example, please check this. Here inside the try block, I am writing system.out.println HELLO, hello. Hello. Okay. Now please check this. Right click, run as Java application. Is hello printed, guys? No, hello did not got printed. Why it did not got printed? Because at line number 11, whenever an exception occurred, immediately it will shift to the catch block. So remaining code which is present inside the try block after the exception will not be executed. That is the only reason always inside the try block we need to write minimum code. Did you understand the point, guys? Now please tell me yes or no. Yes, that is good. Point number 4. We can write, okay, just a minute. Point number 4. We need to follow, okay, sorry, my mistake, sorry. If we are writing all the 3 blocks then we need to follow the order, that is try, catch, finally. We need to follow the order, try, catch, finally. So here you need to concentrate on the word if. Sir, what do you mean by if? Means, are you saying that we can write only 2 blocks? Are you saying that it is not mandatory to write all the 3 blocks? Yes. Guys, did you understand this 4th point? Did you understand this 4th point? What I'm trying to say is, if you are writing try, catch, and finally, 100% try should be followed with catch. Catch should be followed with finally. Okay? 100%. 100%. There should not be any statements between try, catch, and finally blocks. There should not be any statements between try, catch, and finally blocks. Guys, I'm not saying inside. I'm not saying inside try block. Did you understand this statement? Between means this is try block. Between try and catch block, if I'm trying to write one more statement, no, I'll be getting an error. I'll be getting an error. We should not write like that. Compile time error. We'll be getting a compile time error. Are you understanding me, guys? There should not be any statements between try, catch, and finally. That's what I'm trying to say. If you are writing all the 3 blocks, then we need to follow the order try, catch, and finally. Sir, can we write first catch, then try, then finally? No. Can we write first finally, then try, then catch? No. You need to follow this order. Okay. Now, point number 6. Point number 6. A try block never exists without catch or finally. A try block never exists without catch or finally. Means, if we are writing a try block, 100% we need to write either try block or, sorry, my mistake, either catch block or finally. Guys, did you understand this point? Did you understand this point? A try block never exists without catch or finally. Means, if you are writing a try block, 100% we need to write either catch block or finally block. Okay, guys? Kindly please do remember. Actually, from Java 1. Guys, are you listening? Please tell me, are you listening? From Java 1.7 version, we can write only a single try block also. But that is try with resources. Okay, let me try to write like that. That point also. From Java, just a second. From Java 1.7 version, from Java 1.7 version, we can write a single try block also. but that is try with resources. Try with resources means the syntax of this is, I'm speaking about here. Try. Here we need to write some resource, open braces and close braces. This is try with resources. This is available. I mean, we can write a single try block also. We can write a single try block also from Java 1.7. But actually, very rarely we'll be using that. Very rarely we'll be using that. Are you understanding my concept, guys? Yes or no, guys? Please tell me. Here, when you are speaking about try with resources, we need to write a parenthesis. Yeah, we'll be understanding that what are those resources whenever we are dealing with IO streams. We need to write with parenthesis. But here, did we write any parenthesis? Did we wrote any parenthesis? No. I hope you're understanding me, guys. Okay. Now, for example, I'm going to write some code, guys. Okay. Please tell me. I'm going to write some code. Okay. Try and catch. Try and catch. After that, catch finally. After that, try finally. After that, try finally, catch. Now I'm here, I'm having 4 combinations. I'm having 4 combinations of try, catch, and finally. Okay. Please tell me which one is valid and which one is invalid. What about first one? First one, second one, third one, and fourth one. Tell me, first one is valid or invalid? First one, valid or invalid? Can we write only a try and catch block without finally? Yes, it is valid. We can write like this. We can write like this. Not at all a trouble. Happily, we can write like this. We can write. Can we write catch and finally? Can we write catch and finally? No, that is invalid. That is invalid, guys. Okay, we cannot write like that. That is invalid. Now, can we write try and finally? Try and finally? Yes, happily we can write. That is valid. That is valid. Can we write try finally and catch? I told you, order. This is also invalid. We cannot write like that. That is also invalid. Did you got an idea now? The order, guys, order wise. Did you got an idea? Right. Now, point number 8. Point number 8. Point number 8. If we want to handle an exception, 100% we need to write catch block. If we want to handle an exception, 100% we need to write catch block. If we are not writing catch block, then exception will not be handled. If we are not writing catch block, then exception will not be handled. For example, guys, let me remove this catch block. Am I getting any error? Am I getting any error? No. Okay. Right click, run as Java application. Is my exception handled? No, my exception did not got handled, right? Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. Now, did you understand, guys? Did you understand the importance of catch block? Importance of catch block. Okay. We'll do one thing, guys. For example, let me remove this finally block. Now execute. Right click, run as Java application. Tell me, exception handled? So now tell me, catch block and finally block, which one is more important? Which one is more important? Catch block, catch block. Then what is the use of finally block? Guys, I already told you finally block is used to close the resources. It is used to close the resources. Sir, if we did not close the resource, what will happen? Nothing will happen. You will be getting your program output. You will be getting your program output, but it is not actually a good programming practice. Compilation will take more time. As simple as this. A good programmer always closes the resources. I hope you're understanding me, guys. Did you understand the importance of catch block, finally block, and try block? Please tell me. Yes? Right. That is good. That is good. Now, point number 9. Point number 9. A single try block can have multiple catch blocks. A single try block guys, I'm sorry. My net got disconnected. I'm sorry. Just a second. Okay. Now, can you hear my voice? Please tell me. Yes. That is good. Okay. Now, what I want to do here is, okay, a single try block can have multiple catch blocks. I'm saying, okay, now here, I'm trying to get the length of my string. Length. Okay. So let me just try to go with 2. I mean, like this 2. Okay. Now my question is, right now, am I going to get any exceptions? Am I going to get any exception? Nope. I'll not be getting any exception. Right? Yeah, this is 20. I mean, 20 divided by 2. Just let me try to go with division, division. And here, plus like this. Now please check, right click, run as Java application. Yes, I'm getting my answer 10 and length as 4. And yes, I already told you there is no exception. But if I'm trying to keep my S value as null, then which exception occurs here? Which there is a chance of occurring? Null pointer exception. Null pointer exception. Am I right or wrong? Now here, there is a chance of occurring arithmetic exception. So basically in my try block, there is a chance of getting 2 exceptions. So how I need to handle that? If there is a chance of getting 2 exceptions, I need to write multiple catch blocks. Try to add one more catch block. The first catch block I'm writing arithmetic exception. Just let me try to write like this. Arithmetic exception handled. Or else I'll write first catch block executed. First catch block executed. And here I'll be trying to write null pointer exception. And here I'll be writing second catch block executed. Okay. Now, for a single try block, how many catch blocks I have written? 2 catch blocks. Okay. Can you please read this point? A single try block can have multiple catch blocks, but we cannot have multiple finally blocks. Are you understanding me, guys? Always finally block only will be like finally block is single block only. For a single try block, you can have multiple catch blocks, but you cannot have multiple finally blocks. Okay. Now my question is, sir, actually both the exceptions can be handled by a single catch block if we write exception. Am I right or wrong? If I write exception, both the exceptions will be handled. But again, guys, it is a good programming practice to know what is the type of the exception which is getting occurred. For example, make this as 0, guys. Okay, make this as 0. Now please observe the output. Right click, run as Java application. Tell me which catch block got executed. Which catch block got executed? First catch block. Exactly. For example, if I make this as 2, now right click, run as Java application. Now which catch block got executed? Second catch block. Did you understand, guys? Did you understand? Yes. Now, guys, my question is, in the second catch block also, can I write arithmetic exception? Why we cannot write arithmetic exception? Because already arithmetic exception is handled here. Am I right or wrong? Already arithmetic exception is handled here. Again, why we will be writing one more catch block? No, that is not correct. Duplicate exception. Exactly, duplicate exception. Now, tell me one thing, guys. Tell me one thing. If we are writing exception here, why we are getting an error? Why we are getting an error at line number 21? Why we are getting an error? Because, guys, this null pointer exception is also handled by this exception here. Exception is the super class for all the exceptions. Yes or no? Exception is the super class for all the exceptions. So now what I want to say here is, guys, if you are writing multiple catch blocks, always make sure first you need to write child exception. Child exception. Hierarchy should be like that. Don't write parent exception first. For example, can you please tell me which one is valid? This is first one. This is second one. Which one is valid? Very good. Go on. This is first one and this is second one. Which one is valid? Exactly. Second one is valid. Why? Because in first one, okay, you have written exception. Okay, fine. After that, okay, first exception is a child exception. After that, throwable. Okay, no problem. Null pointer, what? Null pointer exception is already handled here only, right? Again, why? It will be like a duplicate exception. Did you understand here, guys? Now, the point is, whenever we are writing multiple catch blocks, we need to make sure that there should not be any duplicate exception. In order to make sure, please always write first child exception, later parent exception. Exception hierarchy should be followed. Did you understand this point, guys? Guys, please tell me yes or no. Is it clear for everyone? Exception hierarchy should be followed. Now, did you understand why I told you yesterday exception hierarchy is very, very important, guys? Exactly. Okay. Right. Now, point number 11. Just a second, guys. Let me have some water. Right. Right. Guys, actually, from Java 1.7 version onwards, just let me try to write like this. From Java 1.7 version onwards, we can handle multiple exceptions by a single catch block. From Java 1.7 version onwards, we can handle multiple exceptions by a single catch block. How? Okay. Just let me try to write arithmetic exception like this. Okay. Now, please observe here, guys. I am trying to keep these two catch blocks in comment. Okay. Okay. Now, I want to handle both these exceptions by a single catch block. Yes, I can do that. Catch. Now here, arithmetic exception or null pointer exception. And here simply I'm trying to write system.out.println catch block executed, and I just want to print e.print stack trace method like this. Okay. Now let me just first try to get a arithmetic exception. Let me check. Right click, run as Java application. Is arithmetic exception handled? Is arithmetic exception handled? Yes. Yes, it got handled. For example, let me try to generate a null pointer exception. Right click, run as Java application. Now, is null pointer exception also handled? Are we able to handle both the exceptions by a single catch block? Yes. Now, answer my question, guys. Can you please tell me why we are getting an error? Why we are getting an error? Are you thinking that, sir, exception we are supposed to write last? Okay. Now also we are getting an exception. Guys, the reason why we are getting an error, because whenever you are trying to handle an exception like this, guys, this is OR. What is this? OR, bitwise OR. Okay. There should not be any parent-child relationship. There should not be any parent-child relationship. For example, I have used arithmetic exception and null pointer exception. Is there any parent-child relationship here? Arithmetic exception, null pointer exception? No. That is the reason, fine, I can use that. But if there is a parent-child relationship, either you have written exception here or here, it will be like a duplicate exception. So whenever you are writing, whenever you are trying to handle an exception like this, please make sure there should not be any, any parent-child relationship. There should not be any parent-child relationship. If you want to handle like parent-child relationships, then this is not advisable. Am I right or wrong, guys? We need to go with multiple catch blocks. We need to go with multiple catch blocks. Now, for example, I'm having a doubt. Sir, I want to handle both these exceptions. Guys, I already told you, whenever an exception occurred inside the try block, immediately it will shift to the catch block. Am I right or wrong? If you want both these exceptions to be handled, then you need to write this code in another try catch. Remove this, completely remove this from here, and please try to write in another try catch. I hope it's clear, guys. Yes. Now, guys, is your doubts related to exception handling cleared? Alpesh, Anchal, please tell me. Is it clear, guys? That is good. That is good. And do you know what, guys? Exception handling is not yet completed. Not yet completed. Still exception handling is there. Okay. So tomorrow we will be trying to cover that remaining concepts related to exception handling. Okay, guys. Pranita, what I want to say is, Tali, like we can handle multiple exceptions by single catch block also. No problem. Whenever you are trying to handle multiple exceptions by single catch block, please make sure there should not be any parent-child relationship. Okay, guys. Parvesh, JDBC concept that is present in advance, that is not in core. Okay. All right, guys. I'll do one thing, guys. I'll try to upload this program in our Google Classroom. Is it okay? Like, I understand already the time is 9:40. A lot of working people are there. Housewives are there. So I'll try to upload this code in our Google Classroom. Is it okay, guys? All right, guys. All right. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening. We'll be trying to continue our sessions again by tomorrow. Right. Right. Thank you, guys. Have a great day and good night.